Okay, everybody, I am here, and I just watched Darling in the Franxx. I know I don't post much to YouTube. This is going to be posted to you. I don't care, because I want to talk about how much horseshit and how bad this was. I have two friends with me. You can't hear them right now, but I'm going to talk with them because, oh God, peek my mic. I'm going to talk with them about how garbage it was and how much I detest after episode 15, because everybody does. And we're going to talk about how they can make it better. But they're not going to because that's how it works. So let me introduce my two buddies, the only ones that always come with me besides one other person. But it is Daniel Soares and Zero XP. Guys.
Actually, Daniel Soares Omega, formerly Daniel Soares.
Wow.
Name change, sorry. Gotta go through a bit of rebranding.
Okay.
Legal problems.
So now, let's get down to the tea.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here's
the
motherfucking
Here's a
tea.
The mother tea. So
loud bassy noise from hitting the mic.
Here's the motherfucking
tea.
Now, it's garbage because they went to space, and after they went to space, spoilers.
Oh yeah.
We're ruining this entire thing.
Flashed out of the beginning.
It already. Fuck you.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched Darling in the Franxx, why are you watching a Darling in the Franxx discussion? Like, take your phone.
You shouldn't expect the spoilers.
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first 15 and a half episodes.
A lot of people did. It was great.
Because halfway through,
great.
at the end of 16, they introduced the fact that there could be a season 2.
Who doesn't?
I thought season 2, bet, let's do it.
And then wait, there's more? What?
Season 2, 02.
Oh,
Wait.
that could be
Electric Boogaloo.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not happy. I'm not in a state of mind right now that I'm going to be in good feelings with this, but
So that means I gotta lead this
like 2 years now.
So I put this off. My friends have been telling me about this since it first came out, or when they both first saw it.
Yeah, just to clarify, I watched it first. I watched it as it aired. Like, I watched weekly, and I hated it. Because, God, imagine months of torture.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
And then, I'm pretty sure since you were there since the beginning, you expected to get better. You were like, oh, it'll get better. It'll get better.
It was great. It was great. I loved it. It was making to be one of my favorites, and they were like... Yeah. So we're gonna change focus from Neon Genesis Evangelion in the whole ground-based combat, and we're gonna fly in space and become Gurren Lagann. Which I was gonna give my take on real quick. It worked in Gurren Lagann. Going from like fighting ground-based enemies to flying through space made sense in that show, because that whole show was about human will and manpower and the strength of human soul and being able to push through and defeat the heavens and overcome any obstacle just through sheer force of will alone. And that made sense. You know, human will was able to fly us to the moon and was able to send us to, the farthest reaches of space, which makes sense. That's fine. That makes sense. And that show was never too grounded to begin with. Like, shit happened, some bad stuff happened, but no one really, there was never any serious stakes in that show. It doesn't work in Darling because shit happens, people get hurt, it's grounded, it's realistic, and then people get hurt and shit sucks. And you're like, wait, they're in space now? What? And then you're like, wait, what? Her soul is in space? What? Her soul is still attached to the ship? Huh?
What?
And then you're like, wait, her body takes damage when her ship soul takes damage?
That's normal. What? That remember like Ichigo when she broke her arm with her mech, she took damage for it.
Yeah,
and that was because her soul was.
That's when she was actually. That's when she was actually in the mech. Like,
yeah, that made more sense.
Shit.
Yeah, but after like seeing that her body's on Earth, and she's just looking up to
still
the sky.
Taking damage.
Shut up, fire trucks! I'll beat you with a bat next time I see you. Oh God, I don't care that you're saving someone. Go let that person die and let me talk.
Yeah, go do that somewhere else.
But I'm really looking at this and I'm staring at the fact that what the hell went on in the end? Like, if they had introduced a little bit of Verm early on, like probably around episode like 8-ish, and then kept on like introducing a little bit of Verm, a little bit, and then introduced that season 2, everybody would have been like, oh my God, this is gonna be great. No,
The problem is that the Verm came out of nowhere, and they were like, "Oh, surprise villain."
they didn't say season 2. They didn't say anything. They didn't give us any time reprieve. Like, I'm pretty sure Daniel would have actually liked to wait a month or two for them to actually plan everything out and then have something good rather than just have episodes that were garbage on end. Like,
It's like the main problem was like the tone shift between like season 1, season 2, episode like 18, episode like 16, 15, 16 and onward, because at that point it was like, oh, edgy drama kind of, there were some lighthearted moments, some fan service moments, and then suddenly it's like, we're in space, ooh, romance, ooh, human condition, and it's like, what?
whoa, wait a second.
When did we establish this?
Think about this. Okay, so we have 00001, which is the princess.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been season 1 because 01 season 1. And then you could have 002 for season 2 and make it based off of mostly like her and the fight in space. And that would based it upon her, made more sense of anything that was happening in there. No, they didn't do that. That would have been like an incredible decision. Everybody would be like, wow, that's pretty darn talented. But no.
Real quick, after this, after finish your thought, but I want to interrupt after.
But no, they decided to say, let's go garbage boat in here and let's just pull our cocks out the dirt and say, let's do this. And nobody liked it. I didn't.
It's like sticking your dick in an anthill. And you're like, this is a vagina.
All right.
Maybe fun at first, but then it gets garbage.
Okay. So here's a question I want to pose to you guys. Season 2, yay or nay?
No.
Yay. What?
No. What are they going to do with season 2? What are they going to do? There's nothing to do.
Exactly.
The Verm are dead and said, oh, we will be back.
I mean, yeah, well, that's what they could do.
You're the almighty mind. You're not going to do crap besides probably like, and if you do come back, you're not going to have the same amount of force, and we still have one mech that's up and running. And then we still have the Clonkosaurs.
But the humans and the Clonkosaurs don't have Apis or Apis anymore.
We don't need that.
They kind of did. Gus teleported them to the Verm homeworld and made them.
They already have the other Clonkosaurs.
Well, yeah, but they don't have the massive giant super mech. They have like the
in the
basic
end.
mech.
Remember when they showed the two people? I'm pretty sure that their souls were embodied in those two.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's their souls reincarnating.
Yeah.
And meeting each other back on Earth, like they said.
Buddhism is real, confirmed.
So
Darling of the Franxx is actually a big Buddhist fucking propaganda.
It's like, yes, we will come back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm actually gonna break my screen.
I feel like they were setting up for a season 2 with that, with the whole like, oh, the story continues, and it's like
I feel like they could make a season 2 out of it. Like they could do something.
They
along
could.
The lines
They
of what
definitely could. They definitely could. But should they?
No.
should they? I mean,
Probably
fan
not.
service is fan service. So
Actually, yeah. Actually, make a movie. Just make a quick movie. Like
Make
some
a quick
fan, like
movie.
make it a strict
Yeah, because-
fan service movie.
lights.
That's what Evangelion did.
Fan
Alright.
service between
Because, like, I get-
0 2.
Yeah, because the people who want season 2 already know everything they need to know. You
I'm
don't have to spend the whole time establishing more backstory and context. Just start from where it left off, pick up with the youngins, time jump or
And then
time skip
wait,
a few years till
Would
they're
that mean
older.
that season 2 would make like a genre like change? Because like in season 2, they could do something picking up on the youngins, and like instead of it being a like action fantasy kind of world, it's still a fantasy, but it could like incorporate
now it's
like,
a slice of
more
life.
romance into it. Yeah, a slice of life as well.
God, I would hate
I
fucking
no, I
slice
couldn't.
of life spin-off.
I couldn't. I wouldn't watch that. I'm sorry to say that I'd smear that name in the ground immediately the first time I see the first episode. If I saw Spice of Life, I would, because they put so much Spice of Life randomly put in there where it didn't where it wasn't either needed or wanted.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yay, Darling the Franxx babies.
Oh,
Like when,
Yeah.
It's like Muppet babies.
like I was like, that's cute, that's adorable, and all. But
I wish 0 2 could.
or when they came out and
Everyone hoped.
and like she was in the rain and Mitsuru came out and was just like, I want to love you. I'm like, nobody cares.
You're like, they're in outer space right now. They're fighting a space war. This is not the time for this.
Who the hell? Okay. I'm gonna make this picture right for you. Okay, Darlene Frank's guy, whoever made it, I don't know his name. He's sitting there
I'll look it up real quick.
with the whiteboard. He's drawing. He's like, so first, this is what we're gonna start. We're gonna start with a whole new like dinosaur fight thing. This
Okay.
this race. They're gonna be called Clonkosaurs. We're gonna have a princess for it. We're gonna have this amazing thing. Everyone in the programming team and animation team's like, oh yeah,
Oh my
let's
god,
do
that's
this.
so good.
This is awesome. And then he's like, but there's a twist. Episode 16 comes. We're gonna introduce Verm.
They're like,
Huh?
wait.
And they're like, whoa,
Verm
wait.
what?
They're like, this could work. This could work. We can introduce it. And he's like, no. No one's gonna know about it until after.
There's just that one guy in the back that says, this sounds a lot like Gurren Lagann. Gets thrown out.
And
of the
then
room.
he's like, okay. Then we're gonna send them up into space to fight.
Yeah, that was not the huge problem with a lot of people have the show. It just takes like story beats from existing anime.
Yeah.
Like the first half was the first half was fucking
Evangelion.
yeah. The first half was Evangelion, and the second and the third half.
Like,
The second half was just bullshit. Not Gurren Lagann. Like it's straight up. Oh, the mechs we use to fight the evil is actually has the evil inside of it, and that's why the thing
Like,
happens. You're like, this shit's bullshit.
there are many episodes that try to copy Evangelion. Each one has failed. Like they failed, and then after like a couple episodes of realizing that they're failing hard, they said, okay, let's switch it up and try something else. So like in Eureka 7, which is really similar to this, like so close that I can see the thread, like the tiny threads that are holding it apart from each other. There are only a couple threads holding me from saying, Eureka 7, what are you doing here? Because you look.
Why are you the same thing? Stop trying to be the same thing. Make your own damn TV
It's like
show.
it's less like So how many main characters were there? So there was like, were there 7?
In what Evangelion?
No. In
Eureka 7,
not Eureka 7. Eureka 7 had 7 main characters. That was the point.
right?
It's
It's
so
called Eureka 7. Gotcha.
and there were 7. And look at the main characters and think how many main characters there were, and then just say Eureka and put that number. Because that's how I thought. That's how I saw it. I was like, oh, mechs fighting. Oh, this random girl comes from the sky, which that's where Eureka. That's Eureka 7 right there. Beginning. They
Bitch falls
come
from the sky.
Yeah. And then she sees him and she's like, oh wow, my robot crashed here. Oh my god, please take care of it. And this one was more like this. Oh my god, my robot's here. Come pilot it with me. What happened in the other one? Oh, Thurston, get in this robot and pilot with me. They both did the same exact thing to get to the same exact point. And then
Can I take a minute to appreciate the fact that the way 02 says darling?
I actually
Like that
can't.
shit.
Yeah, that was good. Darling.
Darling.
Also,
Dude, I love
I saw that
that
ah
shit.
moment. I saw the ah moment. I was like, ah.
Ah.
Ah!
She's wholesome. Like, I don't know. She's got the wholesome and waifu side, but then she's also got the libido, and it's just like, holy shit.
So I'm gonna let Xavier finish what you're saying, but I want to talk about the characterization of 02 after this. I have problems with that.
So I'm
Oh,
looking
boy.
at it, so I'm like, yeah, you just took Eureka 7 Evangelion. I'm like, those are my 2 favorite mecha animes. I'm like, you could do so much here. You can make something great, mash it together, and put
But they didn't.
And my first thought was like, if you took Evangelion and Eureka 7, mixed them together, you could actually make something pretty good.
Instead, they made this.
And then they took it, and I was like, okay, they're taking a different direction. I'm like, okay, I mean, they're still taking things from each one, putting it together. Eureka 7's still like the main look after, but I'm like, yeah, they could do. And I'm like, no, they can't. They're going bad. They can't.
It really sounds like we're just shitting on Darling the Franxx, in which we are. But
It has a reason.
Yeah, but I'm talking for myself. I don't know about you guys, but I genuinely still love Darling the Franxx. I think it's great. Like I thought it was. I thought like I said, the first 2/3 was like building up to be one of my favorite of all time. Like it was really getting there because I love the romance. I love the characterizations of everybody. I love the action. It balanced the slice of life well. It was like the thing with like bullshit technologies that you don't need to explain it. Like, oh yeah, we're fueled by the crazy lava oil in the center of the earth that makes us all young, which was bullshit because for some reason extracting things from the earth and stabbing into your veins makes you young forever. Okay.
I mean, they explained it kind of well in there. If you,
They did, but,
like they're like, oh, yellow blood cells, and then all the yellow blood cells allowed you to go faster to pilot the robots.
It's
I'm like, that's cool.
Like, at first, you like, but it never like because in the end they're extracting the Klaxosars,
Yeah,
like the Klaxosapien cores. That's what that is.
yeah, but the
which makes
Clock
sense.
and the cores are really life sources. Basically, they're life sources.
It's pure life energy.
And then when they inject it to themselves, I'm like, I can kind of see that
that
saturates
makes
into
sense,
their body.
But when they extract it from the earth and use it as a resource, you think it's like oil or something.
Yeah,
You think it's
I was like, you're kind of taking me for a whirl here that I don't.
Wait
and
a
you're like,
second.
oh wow. So if
possible.
I dig oil out of the ground and stab it in my veins, I'm gonna live forever. Awesome. But that's not how.
I mean,
yeah,
fossil
no,
fuels.
Fossil fuels.
No.
But like, I genuinely love Darling in the Franxx. I think it's great,
Like-
and it has its flaws, but so
It
does
has
everything.
moments, it has
It's flaws.
it has
It's
everything.
like utteral rage inducing
Like,
flaw. That's it. One big.
It has
flaw.
what I call sort of online complex, where it's
Oh.
great for a point and then it sucks at a point. And is it still great or is it still shit? Like, do you take the
Absolutely.
shitty points and make that the base, or do you take the good points and make that the base? And for sort of online, it's not. It wasn't good enough. Like, the beginning wasn't good enough to save the shitty second half.
Like,
But in the show, the first 2/3 were pretty fucking amazing, and the last third was
well,
okay in
half
its
of
own
it.
right.
It was about half.
Rosario's crap.
Yeah, it's like, and
Republic.
the first part was pretty good. Or the first part was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah. Half
then-
the first half, I was like, "Oh my god!" And then in the 15th episode comes in, it's perfect. And I'm like, "Oh my god, please end it here."
And then you're like, no.
And they're like, "Let me throw my dick inside your throat a little bit more." I'm like, "Oh, I mean, I can take a little bit longer."
Whoa.
I'm like, as long as it's as good as it was before. Oh, this is garbage. Please stop.
Has anybody watched the new season for SAO? Because I haven't taken a look.
I
I'm
haven't
not
watched that
looking
yet,
at
no.
anything for SAO. I stopped like halfway through season 2 and said I
asked
can't
one of my
anymore.
buds about it.
Good, yeah, because Gun Gale is the only good part of season 2. Everything after Gun Gale was filler. It was just it was like 4 different story arcs that went for 3 episodes and ended. We're not talking about Sword Art Online. The Sword Art Online debate is a different thing. We'll record that
for that
later.
one later.
Yeah, but apparently the new episodes based
Are
on
pretty
like
good.
Kirito loses his memory, and
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I thought that was what the movie was on, and so I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Nope, not watching it.
I heard season 3 is pretty good. Anyway, back to bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
so I really quick, I want to bring up 02's characterization, okay?
Oh,
Because that's
It's-
a huge problem I have with it. Because it starts off as she's like this wild, untamed woman who just kind of shows up and is like, "Oh, I'm gonna make you my mate," and Hero's like, "What?" And,
That's pretty hot.
And then they start like hugging and shit. And he's like,
I'll be my mate to it.
and
Oh.
Hero's like, "What?" And then she
More
shows up
notions,
at
please.
she shows up at the house and doesn't get along with anybody, and everyone hates her. And it's like, oh, cool. So there's going to be a conflict between the rest of the pilots and 02 that made an interesting dynamic. It made her characterization interesting. She
Yeah,
was the
man.
one that nobody liked. And
3D
then-
characterization,
Yeah, it was it caused more than just like, oh, she's just another person who lives here now. That's pretty cool. And then after before the part where it turned to shit, right after like they saved her, and then the hand slams down and they start living together in that little slice of life little corner, they made her into a housewife. Like 02 personality did a full 180. And she went from standoffish, I don't like anybody, I only like Hero, and I don't even like Hero that much. I'm just sucking the life force out of him because he's a good source of life energy. Like, it went from shit like that to, I'm gonna help you all clean because I'm a good friend. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help everyone do the dishes. Oh, here you go, honey. Eat your food. Like it.
yeah.
I understand how she did the 180 though. I can understand.
No,
Should they have done
I
it?
get
No,
it.
they shouldn't have done it. But I understand. Well, actually, they should have done it ever so slightly and like made it so it's like a little like not
Just
that like everybody liked the slice of like
blend it
arc,
in.
but they need to extend it slightly longer and make it so it's a build up. So make it like a week build up to her, be like, and him being like, you have to play along with them, and then all of a sudden she's like, and then she realizes in her head like, I want to be human. I want to be human. If I want to be human, why don't I act like it?
Friendly. It's like, to quote, I think the YouTube channel is like Gel Apocalypse. Just because you understand something doesn't mean you have to like it. That's a rough quote of one of his videos. And yeah, like I get why they did that. Doesn't mean I like it. I liked 02 better as the wild, free, untamed wild horse that just kind of showed like the wild dog that kind of showed up at your house sometimes and you fed it, and sometimes it would lick your hand and then run away, more than just the lap dog. I don't like episode 16 onward 02.
I was like,
And she's like, darling, like her whole characterization revolves around Hero, and she becomes manic pixie dream girl, where it's like,
I mean, it kind of makes sense since she's like been like that since she was born, or well, when she was a child. Because in the beginning,
she was made.
in the flashbacks, when she was a child, and so was Hero, she kind of mimicked him,
Mhm.
So it might just be part of the personality. It might not just be bad story writing. It's just the personality trope of her. Like she tries to mimic.
No, remember she stopped mimicking him because she didn't remember who he was. When she could barely remember who he was, they kind of she stopped mimicking him. You'll see if you rewatch it, you'll see don't rewatch it. But if you rewatch it, you'll see the mimicking kind of she stops and she starts at episode 20 starts to mimic him again.
Well, maybe that was due to the whole her having doubts because
oh yeah, she had huge doubts until episode, what was it, 14, 15?
Until she realized, oh wait, it is real darling. It's the one.
Yeah, okay. Hold on, real quick about that. Beekman, you know how much I hate this part.
Oh boy.
I've talked to you multiple times, but my least favorite trope in any horror media ever is they knew each other in the past cliche.
Yeah.
That bullshit is the worst.
That's just really common.
Yeah, but this kind of worked here.
No, it really didn't, because it did, but it didn't. Because the whole point of you see 02 when she's introduced as the rider killer or whatever, the one who you ride with 3 times and you die, and they're in she never cared about anybody else, any of her other partners. To her they were just life force. They were never her darling. They were never anything.
Because they couldn't amount up to what her darling had done before.
Yeah, and then she meets Hero, fully unaware that they met a long time ago. She's like, "You're my darling. I like you." And he's like, "What?" And then they kiss. And he's like,
I know why. I know why that happened. Everything. So what they did when they were a child built up to why she immediately took a liking to him. Because remember, she had sniffed him and had been with him for so long that she knew what he. Sure, she never actually technically tasted him, but she knew his taste just from his smell. She knew who he was.
But to counter that, I bring you to episode what? Is it 11 or 12? Where she's like, "Shut up! Just be more fodder, so I can find my true darling." So she doesn't know that he's the darling. She just considers him fodder. So everything up to that point, all of the romance we built up, was nothing.
Also, you need to look at the fact also before that episode of what she was doing with him. She kept telling him "Oh, you might actually survive. You might be able to do this," and la-di-dee, la-di-doo, la-di-dum, because she knew that she couldn't do it by herself. So she says, "I need someone who can help me." And I'm not gonna lie, she probably did see him till fodder until after episode 11, but before that, she just saw him as a stepping stone, and that's the only reason she wanted to keep him alive.
She was like, "Oh, this guy for some reason can last more than 3 rides. I'm gonna keep him around for a while."
And then she was like, "If he can last 3 rides, let me just take him for as long as I can, and because he's strong."
And she's like, "Yeah, let's have sex or whatever. Let's kiss." And he's like, "What the fuck? Huh?"
And remember, what was that the time when they were in the library?
Yeah. Yep.
That library scene, I'm not gonna lie, that was very well planned out to show that without her, I'm pretty sure the tests they were doing were what made her so human friendly. She hated them, but she knew that they helped her keep human friendly. He broke her out of that shell, though.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the point where Hero realized something was up, and she was very because normally she was normally very very blunt and very nonchalant about everything, but at that point she was like, "Hey, do you want to have sex?" And he's like, "What?"
Yeah, but the reason why she wanted to have sex with him was at that point because I think she wanted to eat him, actually bite into him,
suck the life energy straight out of his dick.
Yeah, basically. So I was like, and I found that well planned out though. I found that well planned out, that they had been talking about, like, they had foreshadowed that this was going to happen, saying like, oh, you should go get some tests done, or oh wow, you're acting very well for how you've acted before. Oh well, you haven't been checked out in a long time. You should probably go get checked out. And after, like, and then people always say, oh, it wasn't, which I've seen some posts about this already, saying, oh, well, there's no reason for her to act like that. I'm like, yes, there is. They foreshadowed this one. This one's been foreshadowed for a very long time. They just haven't done anything.
I just hate the fact that she's like, shut up, you're just fodder. You're nothing but fodder. And I'm like, okay, so he's fodder now. You know, and then afterwards she's like, oh wait, he's my true darling. He was never just fodder, or like it's like he's not just fodder.
She got her memories back, and then she unlocked his.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, now like he's more than fodder now. He wasn't literally 12 seconds ago when you're trying to suck the life out of him in order to kill that other dinosaur thing. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Because she goes, yeah, she's like, you're just fodder, you know, shut up and die. And he's like, no, I want you. 02. And she's like, shut up.
Also, I like how she played off being human. Like, so when she found out that he was her darling, and remember when she kept like trying to fight the creatures, she knew what she was doing. Which, if she overpushed herself, she was forcing some of her DNA into him to make him more like her, and that's what she was trying to do at one point. And then Ichigo learned that and was like, oh shit, I need to save my hubby.
Ichigo, we'll get onto her in a little bit.
Oh my god, you guys hate her. I don't hate her. I don't love her.
I don't hate her as much as a lot of people do.
She's like my baby. I need to coddle her a little bit.
It's like, I hate on her for the meme.
She's literally the Sakura of fucking Darling.
No. She did something. No. Nothing can compare to what Sakura was. Nothing will. Don't you ever call Ichigo anywhere near what Sakura was. She was a garbage character that needs to die, and someone needs to find a hole that she can never be seen from again, because I never want to hear characters' names spiel when I hear garbage again. I don't want to hear anyone related, okay?
Naruto. Okay, so, you know, viewers, be prepared for the SAO rant and the Naruto rant coming soon.
I mean, Naruto rant's not needed. You guys haven't watched Naruto like I have.
Yeah, just solely the Sakura rant then.
Okay, Sakura rant, we can do that.
Okay, but fucking Ichigo, I don't hate her as much as a lot of people do, because she did what she did to protect the man she loved, and that's what Xavier was saying.
Fucking annoying.
But God, like, again, that brings me back to, just because you can understand a character doesn't mean you have to like them. Like, I can see why you did this. Doesn't mean you're forgiven, you know.
I searched up Ichigo, Darling in the Franxx, and all I see is Ichigo, Darling in the Franxx, hate. I hate her. Why is she hated? Please, someone kill this character. I'm like, okay.
It's like saying, oh, Hitler did what he did because he had to save the German people. It's like, yeah, he did it for a good reason, but he did it really, really badly. It's like, shit, fucking, you can do. It doesn't stop her from being hated, and I just think she could have done anything else.
Darling in the Franxx, number 14. You see Ichigo there for really big mistakes eraser next to her. I'm like, yo, this is not okay. She's not that bad.
I'm putting a picture in the chat right now. If you zoom in on their uniforms, I'm pretty sure like Ethan knows this. I don't know if Xavier does. But there's a lot of like sex parallels.
Yep.
And like high key sex things in that show. Like the whole part of like when they mount the girl's bent over and her ass is in his face. It's very heavy about like sex and the whole idea of like puberty. The fact that you can only children in puberty can like pilot. So if you look at their uniforms, you probably know this. You probably noticed this already. But the boys have an upside down Y as the red part, and the girls have an X on it.
I'm gonna go try to see if I can like show them.
Yeah, like you can show them the picture. It's like the boys have an upside down Y on their shirt, so their Y chromosome, and the girls have an X on their dress, which is
very well played.
Double X chromosome, which is subtle, because I didn't notice it until I watched like a review on it. I think it was like the mother.
Now we have the X up on screen. Boom. So you can just look at that. Like, you see the X there, and you see the upside down Y. Like,
and it's a clever way of being like, oh, this show's totally about sex and all that. And the character of the pink-haired bitch whose name I don't remember, or the purple-haired bitch whose name I don't remember.
Nobody knows the purple-haired girl's name. I feel so bad.
I remember like 4 of the characters, and two of them are the main characters. One of them Ichigo because I hate her, and that's it. Like,
I remember
one of them is
Fatso.
Kokoro. Kokoro is beautiful and amazing.
Oh yeah, I ever read. Oh my god, she was so hot.
Wait a second.
The pregnant one.
Given the chance,
I know. Xavier's got a thing for Pregovid.
No, I do not. And then this is the meme I found online for see the X on her chest too, but you see for really big mistakes. And I'm not gonna say she was a mistake. I'm
gonna say she is.
Jeez, why does everybody so much hate for her? God.
It's because she fucks around with everybody's freaking affairs.
Yeah, but
yeah, I get. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, butt out. It's not your fucking problem. I know that's your darling. Oh god, we're gonna be big mistakes.
I said it to chat, but
just put it up to her chest. There's mistakes there.
Ooh.
Hey! Flat justice. I'm not gonna lie. I saw her in the bikini. I was like, that's not good.
What do you gotta have?
Flat justice conversation.
Stay tuned for the flat justice debate.
Oh, we have a lot of conversations.
But no, shit. What was I gonna say? The problem with Ichigo is like I don't even know. I don't know why people don't like her as much because she just unlikable.
They don't like her because
the problem is she doesn't do anything to help anybody.
Yes,
like she does things that she thinks will help, but doesn't.
Just
why people really hate her though is because of her how her ego was built up when she was team leader. She thought she could tell everybody, you do this and you do this, and they follow. Which sometimes they'd follow, but with like Hero
sometimes they don't.
And Hero and 02, those two didn't follow the orders. So that kind of pissed her off. But everyone saw Hero as the team leader, technically.
Yeah, right, because he's totally more qualified.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, he really is.
It's also because he was there. Like, wait,
he was the leader for a while, and then he dropped off because he got depressed.
At the beginning,
huh?
Like when they were children, wasn't he the one that everybody hated?
Yeah, he gave everyone names, and then Ichigo came up and gave a couple of people names.
Yeah, he gave like Ichigo a name, and he gave.
That's probably why
Goro
everybody used him as their leader because he was the first one to stand up.
Yes, he stood up, and so when someone sees one person stand up, everyone else wants to stand up with that one person.
Yep.
That's why in my cafeteria in school, what we'll do sometimes is one person will clap, and then all of a sudden we'll say "woo, woo," and everyone else in the cafeteria claps because they followed the team leader. They did something. They did something that is like unseen, unsupposed to be like happening, and they're like, "Oh my god, let's just follow through." And now people still do it because follow the leader is still something that like teachers bang that into your minds when you were younger. They literally child fucked you. It's a thing that if you are a line leader, you're the leader.
Yeah, they just made a generation of cowards.
Yeah. Like for me, I had line leader, but I was always caboose. Because I always knew I had to hold up the rear and make sure no one was doing shit that they shouldn't. Oh, Jesus Christ. But
what?
I want to see her do Nendoroid.
What?
I want to see her do Nendoroid so bad.
But, oh, shit.
All right.
I forgot oh, damn. Who cares? 30 FPS is fine. But
it's fine. Don't worry about it.
But I'm still so pissed about it. Like, what the hell? Like, how can you do this?
The whole show, right?
But I think after episode 15, they started dropping off in money.
Oh, yeah.
You have to think about how much money, because I remember there was a drastic drop in views on it.
Yeah, because it sucked because everything turned to shit.
So after the drastic drop in views,
people fucking jump ship.
My first thought is fan service. Do what if Evangelion made one movie. And that one movie, because of how much fan service and how much random crap you could build off, also make sure that you have hints for like other shiz in there. Like, oh my god, like like Evangelion is one hell of an anime just because of what it brings up. It brings up so many like psychological like differences.
Yeah.
And they bring in like so much biblical shit with that, like Evangelions, like what they are. the angels. They bring in so much into that one anime. They crammed it into like how many episodes? 12? They crammed that. And then after cramming all that, which Evangelion is my favorite anime, there's so many, like, and also the Hedgehog's Dilemma. They did so much in that anime that everybody loved it just because of that. And then everybody hated it because of the ending. Because it wasn't a flashy boom, boom, bang, bang ending. Like, that was so awesome. Since they didn't have
like
that.
A really psychological, weird-ass ending.
But they had enough money to redo it 2-3 other times.
Yeah.
Each one becoming so different from the beginning that in the end, like, I'm not gonna. Oh, I can't say what the ending's like. The
ending of what?
Evangelion. You don't know the true ending, and you don't know the full explanation for all of it. So when we're done watching that, we might come back to no, we're not gonna come back to this. I don't want to do this.
We're never coming back
because I'd have to rewatch another episode or two, and and I'd have to rewatch the ending ones. I'm not doing.
I have to rewatch more Darling in the Franxx.
No. Why would you put you through that?
Bro, puts you in prison, puts a TV up to you. Oh, I'll watch TV all day. Darling in the Franxx, but you only watch past 15. No. You have to watch from 1 through 15, and then 15 and on over and over again. 15 and on, 15 and on. You're like, no, please stop. Please.
They literally.
You can only watch. Yeah, hell is just
Darling in the Franxx 3 times.
Hell, that's all hell is. Hell is just someone sitting, like, someone strapped you. You die and you wake up and you're sitting in a chair and you're bound and you're like, what's happening? And they put Darling in the Franxx. It's episode 17. And you're like, no. And like, fucking All-Star.
Oh, worst part is
playing in the background.
And the worst part is they're sitting there like, oh wow, this is a great anime. Everything about this, there's nothing wrong with it. And they're sitting there saying that 24/7, like, man, look at that scene, that was amazing. Oh look, cool, they're up in space and all that. And you're sitting there like, no, please, no, this is garbage. Why are you saying it's good? And you're like, and then you're trying to like get out of your chair to like strangle them and say that.
I just downloaded it for you guys. You're welcome.
Darling.
What?
Darling.
Oh, no.
Darling. Yeah, I agree with that. But
that's the best part of the whole show. Just 02.
That's the only reason I kept watching, though.
Like, I need to find out like who voice acted her, because I want to know what she does.
Dude, got just
that's boring.
Wait.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Wait.
wait a sec.
Wait a second. That's the thing right here.
02 voice actress.
I already have it up.
Takura Tomatsu.
Oh. Put porn next to her name. See if
No. Oh shit, she was girlfriend from SAO.
Girlfriend,
she
you
was
mean Asuna?
Yes, that's her name. Right. I forgot for a minute.
Daniel, you fucking forgot.
Well,
I haven't watched SAO in years.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, though, the fuck were we talking about?
So yes, I'm saying right now that I'm gonna say it again. 6 out of 10 as is. 8 out of 10 if they made a season. If they had made 15 on season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I would have gave it out of 10 because they could have had so much more. They would have kept a large amount of money that they had wasted on the last few episodes. They could have taken a longer break. People wouldn't be as tired of drawing the same like boobs and stuff.
People never get tired of drawing the same boobs. There's still Darling in the Franxx fan art out there being made to this day.
Yeah, but the animators you have to think about the animators.
Oh yeah, the animators, yeah.
That probably annoyed the hell out of them to always draw. Wait, there wasn't a lot of jiggle physics.
There wasn't a lot of fan service in that show, which is weird.
No, there was a lot of fan service if you looked, but I mean, there wasn't jiggle physics.
Like, there's butt shots and stuff.
Not enough.
It's not what's the word I'm thinking of?
That's where they went wrong. They didn't have jiggle physics.
jiggle physics.
I ain't gonna let you get the chance.
Stupid! I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Stupid! I ain't even gonna let you get the chance.
Yeah, because you have to have shit on your desk when you do it.
Yeah, but mine sounds better.
Yeah,
Stupid! I'm not even gonna let you get the chance.
This is a glass desk.
Bowl you have on your table.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of stuff that we sell on my desk.
It's like the really only fan service that was in the show was like that part where they bend over all the time, like whenever they get in the robots,
and then all the moans, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, and like that one scene, it's like that one part in like what is episode 4 or like 5, when like the acid melts through their.
Oh yeah, that scene had me like, and then they had.
Hello, mom, dad. You better.
And all the boys are like, shut up, don't tell them. Look at their
We're
butt.
horny bastards, please. I'm just like, but why? Like, and also remember, they told them like they're not supposed to like, the Werner, the doctor said yes, sexualize them, and then every other thing, every single other adult has told you, don't over sexualize them, don't over sexualize, don't look there, don't have sex. What did they do? Okay, what did Kokoro do after every single adult told her not to have sex? She had sex.
She fucked.
And she did with unprotected, had a baby. Wait, that was their first time. Normally, on your first time having sex with someone, you don't have a baby.
Wait, what?
That's
maybe because nobody's had sex in so long that like they've just been like, ultra sperm, I'm fertile. You're gonna get pregnant. Oh, it's because she was
fertile.
Don't you get easy? Isn't it easier to get pregnant when you're on your first time actually going through puberty? Isn't that the most fertile time for the guys, and then like for females, it's like the birthing time where they're just like, oh, let's have babies. Maybe that's why she had such a baby fever.
Baby fever.
And then
the stars happen. The line.
Also, I utterly hate what they did with the memories. Like you wiped there are two people who got married memories, but
oh yeah, no, fuck that shit.
How did it not come back?
But they, I don't know, man.
Like, I understand why like it was so much easier for Hero and Zero Two, because Zero Two had she kept bringing back her memories. She kept she was constantly, vividly working on bringing those memories back, and she kept some of them.
And like it's implied that the memory wipe doesn't fully erase everything. Like it still keeps part of it somewhere, because in the end, like, fucking Mitsuru and Kokoro end up still like getting together, I guess. And
they got together, but not with the old memories. They made new ones.
Yeah, exactly. So they still knew that they liked each other.
With the old memories, because they remembered about. Oh no! I thought they remembered about the ring, but maybe that was just
no. They went into the mech, and then after he says Kokoro, immediately he's like, ugh, and then they couldn't fight.
Yeah, because they suck. And also the whole part of like, you know, 02 picking Hero as their darling right away, because she knew something about him. Like she knew deep down that he was her darling, which could explain away some of the bullshit, maybe. But
Jesus Christ.
Nothing like I don't care. You could tell me, you can never tell me otherwise that part that doesn't suck. The whole like fucking they knew each other in the past and that's why they're friends now.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say it's complete. Like I'm not gonna say that that's the worst part about it. It's nowhere near the worst.
They were drawn to. Yeah, that's not the worst part of the show without a doubt. But
I understand like how she saw him in the plane, how she saw him through glass in the woods.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Remember beginning scene? She's sitting there, and then they come into the plane, and he's standing there in the middle of some behind some trees a little bit, and near a lake. And she looks down, and she's like, "Oh, I see my partner." I'm like,
I thought they met at the lake.
That's when they formally met. But she saw him there, and I was like, "How did she see him?"
Good question. No one really knows.
I understand that she's a superhuman being because she has Clocosaur in her veins, but no way in hell are any eyes seeing a spickled like less than what is it? 1 billionth of a nanometer or something? Like no.
Oh.
Also, the fact that Hero just becomes a Klaxosaur at the end, or Klaxosapien at the end.
I understand how that happened. They
both revert, even though 02's whole story arc is I want to be human. they just both become Claxo Sapiens, and they're like,
yeah,
okay,
but he constantly told her, I don't want you to be human. I want you to be a monster. I love you like this. And so she stayed like that because that's how he liked her. And then in the end, he says, I want to be like you. And
so women watching, don't change yourself just because it's what you want to be. Change your,
keep yourself a man because that's probably what the guy likes.
Yeah, stay the way you are because your man says so. Even if it's what you wanted, even though it's what you wanted for your entire life, for your entire waking memory life, don't change because your husband says no.
That might not come back good.
I'm not gonna lie. If you're female and you're changing for a guy, don't do that. Change for yourself. If you want to make a change, like say, I saw this girl.
That's the opposite of what she does. She wants to change for herself, and Hero's like, no. And she stops changing for Hero.
No. What do you mean that she stopped changing for Hero? No, Hero said, do you want to be human? And she's like, yes, I want to be human to be like them. And then he gave her a reason why she doesn't need to be. She like if I look at a female, she says she's ugly. I say she's pretty. And then after a long time, she looks herself in the mirror and says, I'm pretty how I am.
She accepts herself as the person she wants to be.
That's what Hero did to her.
How heartfelt.
And I look at that, I'm like, I've done that before, and I'm like, oh wow, that's nice. I can relate to that.
You build a bitch up, and then she leaves you for your brother.
I mean, she didn't leave me for my brother. She left me for her ex.
Damn,
that was a douchebag, and I hated him.
The douchebag ex girlfriend discussion coming soon.
Oh, Jesus Christ! We have a lot of discussion to be planned out. Jesus Christ. But, anyways, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say it's the worst. I'm not gonna say it's nowhere near the worst. It could have been worse. And honestly, like everything up till 15, I'm not gonna lie. Like I can explain. Me and Daniel can go back and reason like why like he says it's garbage, and then I counterclaim him. We could do that. We could get to the nitpickings, but why nitpick when there's so much other garbage that we could just say that's straight out there?
Like I hate certain aspects of the first few episodes, and I hate the way that the last few episodes like counteract the first bunch of episodes, which I love so much. That's the main problem. Like the way that the second half goes back and changes everything about the first half. It's like you couldn't just leave it alone. Like you couldn't just let me enjoy this. Now, like, if I were to go back and rewatch it, which I never will, because God. But if I were to go back and rewatch it, I'd know that Hero is, her true darling, and that's the only reason she wants to be with him. And it's like, oh, awesome. So none of that actually matters. It's not actually about Hero. It was never about Hero. It's the fact that that's her darling, and it's not about what he does now. It's about what he did in the past. Because if her darling was anybody else, like if her darling was like fucking Mitsuru, then shit would never have.
I mean, Mitsuru almost died on their first time. Their second time, they would have absolutely died.
Yeah, like shit wouldn't have fucking mattered. Like, fucking whack, man.
But I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna say this again. Make a movie, make some money, redo the ending. Everyone will come back and rewatch it because they're like, "Oh wow, it's a better ending." And don't take away the old ending. Make it season 2. After making the season 2, you can continue on to season 3 probably because, like, I know you guys probably just want to continue. Just listen. Just do it.
Just redact everything, okay? Just redact everything.
Redact our memories. Redacted.
Just like cancel out everything and make it all non-canonical. A1 Pictures, Cloverworks, Studio Trigger. Go over everything. Redact everything from episode 16 onward. Make a new movie. Take it on from there. Okay? Cool. Thanks.
Okay, well, I think we've gone over what needs to change and what the problem is. And we've gone over some of the goods.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to talk about, because I don't think so.
Hey, Naruto. Xavier.
Yeah?
I got a show that you could probably watch next.
Oh, fuck.
The Rising the Shield Hero?
No. Plastic Memories.
Oh, no, we're done here.
He already knows what's wrong with the show, I think.
So long, Space Cowboy.
No.
So long, Cowboy.
See See you, Space Cowboy.
No, as I fade off into this, it's no.
Xavier, problem?
Yes, there's a problem.
How so?
I've
What
heard
have you
so
heard?
much crap, and I've seen so much crap about it. No.
Dude, it's a heartbreaker. I watched that back a few years ago. It didn't help that like I was watching it like at night, so like my feelings were just all fucking haywire.
You watched it during real nigga hours. Why would you do that?
I didn't expect it.
If I get my tablet, I can get my anime list, and there was an anime on there. It had like it was about like I don't know what this comes from, but the ending, because I don't care about I don't know about it. I don't know what it is, but if anybody else knows about it, the ending is you both have like a time watch, and they both die next to each other while looking off into like the sunset or sunrise or something like that, and they're sitting on a park bench where they first met, and like everything had gone wrong before, and
Xavier,
yeah,
you're wrong.
What?
You're wrong about that ending.
No, for something else, not Plastic Memories.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say Plastic Memories. It's somewhat like that, except no.
Except no. And
Alright, homeboy, just do the outro, and we can talk about anything else after.
I'm probably not going to record anything after this for a little while because my back hurts and I need some rest. I have stuff to do tomorrow. I'm going over to a girl's house to cook cookies and stuff. I need a rest.
Wow.
Ooh.
I wish I was that lucky.
Well, anyways, thanks guys for watching. I'm going to go meet these guys out and start the intro. They're probably just going to listen in. So, Darling in the Franxx. Pure, utter, halfway garbage. Ugh. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna put it on my worst list. I'm not gonna put it on like I'm probably gonna have a list sooner or later for animes that are garbage and other ones that are good. It's not gonna be on my garbage list at all. It might actually put it on my I'm probably just gonna say like mid list. But thanks guys for watching, and if you guys watched throughout this full thing and actually listened to every word, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The hell that you have suffered is worse than no hell is worse than halfway through like watching all of that. No, nothing's worse. Don't rewatch it. Don't do anything. Good night. Please enjoy your day. Wait, before you go, young sirs, we must talk about everyone else's rating. So they're still in the chat. Daniel Soar Omega, what is your rating?
Okay, so for the entire show itself, I give it a 6, low 6, 5.72. Because I loved the first half. It was amazing. It was great, and then the rest of it was bad. It didn't make it terrible for me. If I were to rate the first half, it would easily be a 9. The first half was amazing. I loved it. The third half on its own was a solid 3. Like it wasn't great. And in the end, they ruined it. So 5.72.
Okay, now we have 0 EXP.
Well, everything before the first easy 9, yeah. But after like the second half, I started to not pay attention as much. So for me, I just started like dozing off. I was like, dude,
it was so bad. You just zoned out.
Yeah, I got to zone out. I love it too. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
And so since I don't remember much of the second half, I'm gonna have to put it at like a 7.
Well, I mean, if it couldn't even keep your like attention you have to give it something bad.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just going based off of what I remember.
So first half,
so you give
9,
the whole series a fucking 8.
7.
Damn.
Wait, about 7 for overall?
Yeah.
You are giving high. Damn.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah, I'm highballing it right now.
It's like I bloody loved the first half. Like it was one of my favorites. Yeah. Easy.
Second half.
Woo! Second. Oh god. Okay. Yeah. I just want to give us all a rate. Oh, Xavier, what's your? I'm pretty sure you've already given yours, but just to round us out.
Okay. First half. I'm gonna give that an 8. I'm gonna give that a 10. Second half. Let me slap that with a 4 out of 10. Overall,
consensus 6.
6 out of 10.
All right. Fair.
Why do I love it? Why am I the one who likes it the most out of all of us? But I gave it the lowest rating. What's up with that?
Because you're critical.
You gave it 5.72, and then you had 9. You gave it so that's about like 13.72. So you technically overall, if you were to go by just your pure scores, you'd be going slightly above me. You should be at like 6.6 overall.
All right. Fine. 6.6. How about that?
Okay.
6.66. All right.
Just like that one dude. What was his thing?
Zeromi?
Yeah. Zorome. He was fucking number 666.
That shit scared the fuck out of me.
You're like, wait, hold on.
Also, I'm pretty sure that was his mom, right?
What?
Was that his mom?
The lady?
Yeah.
Who we talked to?
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue. I don't think they have moms. I'm pretty sure they're genetically.
Remember, she did say that she was related to him somehow.
Did she?
She was gonna say, "Of course, I know you from," and then he got interrupted. I was like, "That's his mom."
Oh yeah, no. I assume she was a like someone who worked at the garden or whatever that they all lived at for a while.
That could be it.
Yeah.
But we gave her ratings, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.